Your competitors are not smarter than you. They are not working longer hours. They don't have a bigger team. What they have is 4 systems running in the background that you haven't deployed and those
yet.
4 systems are handling, right now, today, the exact workflows that are eating 30 to 40% of your operations team's week. I'm going to show you exactly what those systems are, the tools, the cost, the results companies are actually reporting, and the one mistake that kills almost every implementation. Stay through to the end, because the last system is the one nobody talks about, and it's probably the highest leverage thing you'll hear all month. Let's start with the one that surprises most people. Because when I say document intelligence, most operations directors immediately think, we've already handled that. You probably haven't. Here's what document intelligence actually is. It's not scanning PDFs into a folder. It's a system that reads every contract, every invoice, every intake form that comes into your business, and extracts structured data from it automatically, without a human touch. Think about what your team does right now. A vendor sends a contract. Someone opens it, reads the key terms, copies the renewal date into a spreadsheet, flags it for legal. That process takes between 20 minutes and 2 hours depending on the document. Now multiply that by the number of contracts your company processes per month. Companies using document AI, tools like Ironclad, Kira, or the contract intelligence layer built into most modern CLM platforms, are processing that same contract in under 90 seconds, with 97% accuracy on key term extraction. A mid-sized logistics company I was researching last quarter reduced their contract review cycle from 12 days to 4, not by hiring more people, by routing documents through an AI extraction layer before they ever reached a human. The cost, between $150 and $400 per month, depending on volume. But here's what almost nobody talks about when they describe these systems. The hidden benefit is not the speed, it's the audit trail. When your document AI processes every contract, every vendor agreement, every purchase order, it creates a searchable timestamp record of every decision point. That is extraordinarily valuable the moment you have a dispute, or an audit, or an M and a due diligence process. You're not just automating a task, you're building institutional memory. That's system 1, let's move. This is the one your CFO will care about most, and the one that has the clearest, most measurable ROI. Accounts payable automation has been around for a while, but the AI layer that exists now is fundamentally different from what was available 2 years ago. Old AP automation, you set up rules. Invoice arrives, it matches a PO, it gets approved. Clean, simple. But if anything breaks the rule, different vendor name format, missing field, wrong GL code, it falls to a human queue. New AP automation. The AI doesn't match rules. It understands context. It can look at an invoice with an unusual format, infer the vendor from historical patterns, suggest the correct GL code, flag the anomaly for review, and route it for approval, all without a rule that anticipated that specific scenario. Tools like Stamply, Bill, and Ramp's AI layer are now processing exception cases that used to require 15 minutes of human decision time in under 20 seconds. The benchmark number. Companies using modern AI layer AP automation are reporting 60 to 80% reductions in manual processing time. The finance teams I've tracked are getting 400 to 1. 200 invoices per month through the system with one person handling exceptions, down from 3 or 4. And here's something most people don't factor in, early payment discounts. When your invoices process in 2 days instead of 12, you can take 2/10 net 30 terms. That's a 2% discount for paying 20 days early. On a $10 million AP volume, that's $200,000 a year. Found money. From a system that costs less than $1,000 a month. That's the ROI conversation your CFO needs to hear. Next system. Before I describe this one, I need to be direct about something. Because I know what you're thinking. Chatbot, customer service bot, we tried it, it was terrible, customers hated it. That was 2022. What's being deployed now is not a decision tree. It is a context-aware routing system that doesn't try to replace your team. It tries to make sure the right person sees the right request at the right time. Here's how the best-in-class operations teams are using it. Every inbound customer touchpoint, email, form submission called chat, passes through an AI classification layer. That layer reads the intent, determines the urgency, identifies if there's account risk, and routes it to the right internal team with a pre-drafted summary already attached. The agent who picks it up sees customer name, issue category, sentiment score, related history, and a suggested response, already written. They review it, personalize it, and send it, or escalate it, in a fraction of the time. Companies using this approach, Tools like Intercom's Fin AI, Zendesk AI, or purpose-built routing layers on top of your existing help desk are seeing first response times drop from hours to minutes. And they're doing it without adding headcount. Because here's the thing that took me by surprise. The metric that matters most here isn't response time, it's escalation. When you route correctly, fewer issues escalate. Fewer issues escalate means fewer senior people pulled into firefighting. And that recovers the most expensive resource in any operations team, senior judgment. Let's go to System 4. This is the one almost nobody in your industry has deployed. We're at the halfway point. You've seen 3 systems: document intelligence, AP automation, customer operations routing, each one deployable in 30 to 60 days. Each one with ROI you can put in a spreadsheet and take to a board. But System 4 is different. It doesn't save time. It changes what decisions are even possible in your organization. Most companies are data-rich and insight-poor. You have dashboards. You have reports. You have a BI tool that someone set up 3 years ago and now requires a data analyst to query. Decision Intelligence AI changes that dynamic completely. Instead of asking, what happened last month? You start asking, what is going to happen next quarter and why, and what should I do about it? The systems I'm describing, tools like Microsoft Fabric's Copilot Layer, Tableau Pulse, or purpose-built decision intelligence platforms like Cascade or Quantive, are connecting your operational data, your CRM, your financial systems, and your supply chain into a single reasoning layer. An operations director I spoke with last month put it this way: I used to spend 6 hours on Sunday preparing for Monday's leadership meeting. Now I ask the system 3 questions on Friday afternoon, and I'm done in 45 minutes. Those 6 hours came back every single week. Here's the thing that most people miss about this system. It's not just about saving time. It's about decision quality. When you can see anomalies in real time, when you can run scenario simulations before committing resources, when every person on your leadership team has the same data with the same context, your organization starts making decisions that would have been impossible before. Not because you hired smarter people, because you gave the people you already have better information faster. Write in the comments, which one of these 4 systems is your team already running? I'm genuinely curious where most operations leaders are in this curve. So how do you actually start? Because one of the most common reasons these projects stall is that the decision looks too big. 4 systems, enterprise tools, procurement processes. It becomes a 12-month initiative before anyone builds anything. Here's a different approach. Pick one workflow. The one that costs you the most time right now, just one, and run a 60-day pilot on it before you commit to anything broader. 60 days is long enough to get real data, short enough to stay under most procurement thresholds. And most of the tools I've described today offer free trials or monthly contracts with no annual commitment on entry-level plans. In week 1, document the current process, every step, every person involved, every minute it takes. You need a before state to measure against. In weeks 2 through 6, run the AI system in parallel with your existing process. Don't replace anything yet. Measure the output. In weeks 7 and 8, compare, calculate the time recovered, estimate the annualized value. Now you have a business case with real numbers. That's not a technology project. That's a structured experiment. And it's a much easier thing to get approved internally. One last thing before you go. The single biggest mistake I see operations leaders make when they start down this path. They automate a broken process. If your accounts payable process has 3 redundant approval steps that don't add value, AI will execute those 3 redundant steps at 5 times the speed. The output is faster. It is not better. Before you deploy any of these systems, map the process. Remove what shouldn't be there, then automate what remains. That's the difference between a $200/month tool that generates real ROI and a $200/month tool that generates a very impressive report about how efficiently you're doing the wrong thing. That's all for this one. If this was useful, subscribe. New analysis every week. No hype, no make money online.